sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
All right, there we go. Wasted world of sports, ahoy. Wanamu, ahoy. How are you, mate? James Strong, ahoy. Lucas uploading, ahoy there. Welcome along for a Super Saturday. It's been an interesting round so far. Are we good? Yes, we're all good. Just making sure. It's been an interesting round so far. And of course, the highlight of the round for me was the show ponies getting absolutely smacked up last night. Neil Clarkson says, ahoy there, everyone. Sadly, I must congratulate the Roosters for outplaying us Broncos yesterday, twice this year, but at home. Now, I will say this. Obviously, I like to have a little bit of fun at the expense of the Broncos. I make no secrets about that, but let's be honest about the Broncos game last night. They suffered a lot of injuries. There were a lot of guys out of positions. They had forwards on the wing, for God's sake, towards the end. So they were on a little bit of a hiding to nothing. We do have to look at things in perspective. While the Broncos were full strength with their number one side out there, they ran with the Roosters all the way. As soon as they started losing guys through injury, and it was just the end of their night, wasn't it? In fairness. But a big win, big statement victory for the Rooster. Hang on, I've got to fix my light over here. And he said, let there be light. And there was light. That's much better. Okay, yes, so the Broncos, look, it was 18 all at one point there. They went with them. They certainly made the Roosters fight for it at the beginning. But it's going to be very hard for any team to overcome losing their star halfback. And then multiple other players dropped off. Ezra Mam got sent off for a HIA. So there's Mam gone for what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? They were up against it. So I guess what I'm saying is, in amongst all that, Broncos fans, don't lose hope. It's a long season, right? And I'm pretty sure that Jock Madden, Adam Reynolds is still going to be around the club. He'll still be involved in training sessions and everything, even though he's on the injured list. So I think Jock Madden will go. Jock Madden, of course, is out injured at the moment. I don't know what they're going to do in the very short term. Jock Madden's still out injured. So who's going to play halfback? But long term, it will obviously be Jock Madden. I don't think it's necessarily all doom and gloom. But anyway, this one should be a little bit of a cracker. This is a little bit of a smoky for game of the round, I thought, coming into it. Bulldogs versus the Tigers, two of the great improvers of season 2024. Or certainly in the early stages, at least. Somebody's going to have to lose today, though. I reckon the Bulldogs are going to take the victory. We'll see. The Tigers under Benji Marshall have been somewhat of a revelation, though, haven't they? And they've been doing it around defence, which is quite surprising. I've talked about this a few times. Yes, the Dogs did lose early on to the Rabbitohs, but they're currently sitting in the top 8. Oh, they might have dropped out now on for and against, but Let's have a look. Let's see how good my memory is. The current ladder. I really should have the current ladder on the screen somewhere. The current ladder, the Bulldogs have dropped down to 9th because the Raiders won. Yeah, on the back of the Raiders' victory last night, it does drop the Bulldogs temporarily outside the 8. But victory today will see the Bulldogs shoot back into the top 8. Ellis Williams, ahoy mate. Connor Tracy was so good a fullback. Why did he get dropped for Blake Taff? I know, Blake Taff needs a big game. Honestly, if Blake Taff, he could be playing for his Bulldogs career, for his NRL career. Well, somebody else will pick him up. He'll get signed by the Titans or something if nobody wants him. But yes, madness. You know who I feel sorry for? I feel sorry for Connor Tracy. Unwanted for some reason by the Sharks. And now he's over at the Bulldogs. Has done nothing wrong. Has been a real standout, solid player. And he's getting dropped for Blake Taff. Unless he's injured. He could be injured, I suppose. We haven't thought about that. Because Blake Taff is wearing the number 17, so it seems like it was a last-second decision. So maybe we're being a bit rough there. Oh, well. This game is underway. Right, remember, my smoky for game of the round. Quentin Paul, ahoy there. James Strong says quickly before the game starts. Too late. But anyway, what's he got? Have you seen the insane run my twins are on? Apparently they got this thing going where they have a magic sausage that they've been touching. Sounds dirty. And ever since, they are on an 11-game winning streak. That's insane. The Minnesota Twins and the magic sausage. Sounds like a really weird fairy tale. Mr. Ed's dead. Ahoy there. How you doing, mate? Tigers get through their first set. The kick from Caesar. Mr. Ed's dead. Who are you going for in this one, mate? A couple of perennial underdogs. I'd be suggesting that you're probably going for the Bulldogs, though. I can hear really awkward crowd noises. Bulldogs up over halfway. There is Blake Taff in the headgear as well. We'll have to try and find out what happened to Connor Tracy. 5th and last. Burton goes on a run here on the 5th and last. The Bulldogs, Bronson Sherry kicks it through. There's 6 more tackles. That's a result for the Dogs. A great start for the Doggies. The perfect start, kick out from dummy half. Hutchinson in midfield. They just settle things down a little bit. Bulldogs, 15 out from the line. Tracy's out with a quad injury. Thank you. There we go. We can confirm it was injury. Through the hands, kick out with the tap on to Addo Karan. Goes behind him and into touch. But a penalty to the Bulldogs. The Tigers up inside the 10 metres. Take the 2. Take the 2, I say. They put it into touch. Once again, not listening to me. If they lose by 2 points, I swear. David says the Bulldogs will win comfortably. No Appy, no chance for the Tigers. Decoy run on the crash ball. The Bulldogs go out to midfield. Tackle 2 in front of the post. They're lined up to the right here. Surely that's where they go. Hutchinson to Burton. Out the back. Tapped on from Crichton to Karaz. Karaz steps back in field and offloads, but the Tigers are there to intercept. Pushing the passes. It very nearly came off. Goal line dropout. And potentially another set of 6 incoming. But just needed a little more patience there. The offload was not on from Karaz. Easier said than done, of course, from my position here. Oh, God, is the thing. Okay. That goddamn second microphone keeps turning itself on. I might just have to disconnect the whole thing. To the left they go, the Bulldogs. They get the dropout. Oh, there's no, that's not being rude, James. I need to know these things. So feel free next time, because I'm sure it will happen again. It keeps switching itself on for some reason. And I've got the dual microphone unintentionally running. 6 again for the Bulldogs. Oh, they must score here, though the Tigers' defensive line is intact. And a juggle from Kurt Mann shuts that play down. Burton shows and goes. Only a couple of tackles left here. Tigers defending well. Hutchinson to Mann. Nothing doing. Just has to take the tackle, and that's the 5th and last. They go to the right. Grubber kick into the end goal. It sits up. No, it just dribbles dead. 7 tackles set here for the Tigers. Great defense early on, but also looking good for the Dogs. Three-leg multi for this one. Bulldogs, Bronson Sherry, Brent Naden. Reeves Hanara says, can Addo-Carr get the first, second, or third try? Well, absolutely, he can. They seem to be attacking down Karaz's edge a lot more often, though. But on the back of this 7-tackle set, never mind that. It's the Tigers who go onto the attack. 5th and last, 25 out, attacking kick incoming. Galvin puts it high. The kick chase is good. Pressure on Taff, he does well. 7-tackle set now for the Dogs. No, it's play on. He leapt from inside the field of play to take it. He hasn't actually caught it in goal. So he's actually done extremely well. And now Bronson Sherry puts the foot down. Almost gets around the outside. There is Addo-Carr in at dummy half. Skips away up to the halfway line. So yes, it's certainly possible, Reeves. For Addo-Carr, first, second, or third try scorer. But here they go again. Down the edge of Karaz. Crichton bumps off Justin Olam and goes straight through. Stephen Crichton just needs support. And he's well tackled by Buller. Is Stephen Crichton wearing a belt? Oh. I've never seen them wear belts before. 5th and last now for the Bulldogs. 10 metres out from the line. Burton, high crossfield kick. Looking for Crichton. The Tigers lose it backwards and Olam comes away with it. Tigers hold on again, only just. Peter, ahoy there. Moronic douchebaggery, ahoy. Tyler Powell says, do you think the Rabbitohs will win the grand final? Well, in order to win the grand final, they first have to even make it into the top 8. Penalty now to the Tigers. Bulldogs up inside the 10. It's been a great start for the Bulldogs, but the Tigers, the longer their defence holds firm, the more and more belief they're going to have. %86 territory in favour of the Bulldogs to start this game. What about the Cowboys? Tyler, I think the Cowboys have got to sort their defence out. The Cowboys have proven that they're more than capable of scoring a lot of points. The only problem is there's not much point scoring 30 points in a game if you leak 40. So the Cowboys really need to... Their attack is fine. They really need to sharpen up their defence. Caesar's going to kick on tackle 4. Something a little different here. Addo-Carr's back to take it. 9 minutes gone. 0-0. But the Bulldogs have looked the most likely. They just need a little bit more patience in the lead-up, the Bulldogs. They've pushed a couple of passes unnecessarily and given away some chances. McGregor Orchard. Is it a good game so far? Yeah, it actually has been. I don't think either side has made an error yet. Both teams completing at 100%. Fifth and last here for the Bulldogs. Buller collects it. Steps kick out. He's away, Dream Buller. Shrugs off Matt Burton. Burton holds on for dear life. And that's a great kick return from Buller and the Tigers. Justin Olam charges into them. And up over halfway on tackle 3. A 6 again to boot. Oh, this is a good chance now for the Tigers. Clemmer with the hit up. Tiki Manu taken on tackle 3. 30 out from the line in midfield. Here they go. Galvin, the short ball, puts Finu through a gap. Finu is brought down. 10 out from the line. Galvin again puts the step on Marnie. Offloads. Keeping it alive here. The Tigers numbers to the right. Oh, they get in each other's way. That play falls apart. Zach's TV, ahoy there, welcome along. Tigers, have they got a set restart here, the Tigers? Oh, this is a huge moment. They've weathered all the attack down the other end, and here they come, Otikimanu with the offload, and it's back to Caesar. Caesar's wrapped up, tackle 2. Off to the left, and a little gap opens up for Bateman. It's lost by Stephen Crichton as he goes for the intercept. Another set of 6 incoming here for the Tigers. Big pressure on the Bulldogs. Look, the Tigers have done extremely well here. They've had to do a lot of defense. They can turn that into attack now, good and proper. This will be their 3rd set of 6. Scrum down, midfield, 10 metres out. Watch them on the left, that's where they go. Stepping back in field, that was Galvin. Oh, the poor little referee gets in the way. And a penalty right out in front. Take the 2, it's a gift. An absolute gift, 2 points. They're gonna take the 2. Take the 2. Points are finally about to come here. 12 minutes in, and the Tigers are about to take a 2-0 lead. All right, what have we got going on in the chat room there? I can catch up now. There's a little break in the play. Tyler asks who I go for. Tyler, I go for the Sharks. The Sharkies will, of course, playing the Dragons tomorrow. James Strong is off to make a drink. A nice Captain Coke. I love it. Anyone know if this is on Foxtel or not? Yes, it's on Foxtel. Am I live next match? Most likely, unless something really bizarre happens between now and then. The two-pointer is successful, and the Tigers lead. Penalty to Aiden Caesar. And they survived an onslaught in the opening 6 or 7 minutes. It was all Bulldog. So the Tigers will take a lot of confidence. But as we have said in the chat earlier, it's going to be difficult for the Tigers today without Api Coruscant. I don't think one player makes all the difference, but it certainly makes a big difference. If you could choose one commentator, who would you choose? Warren Smith, Dan Ganane, or Vossi? Well, Dan Ganane can get straight out. So it's down to Vossi or Warren Smith. I would say Warren Smith, personally. Oh, here's the chance now for the Tigers. Brent Naden's into space. Just needs to draw and pass. And does. Charlie Staines will score in the corner. And the Tigers, through the Panthers connection, Naden to Staines. Oh, if only it was Brent Naden that went all the way. Charlie Staines in the corner. And they're only a couple of tackles removed from the kickoff. They've stretched the Bulldogs wide to the right. Adokar had no choice but to run in field. And then it's 3-on-1. Blake Taft didn't stand a chance. Draw and pass was all that was needed. Options left and right. Naden played it perfectly. Send it to the fastest man on the field. Charlie Staines in the corner. 6 points to 0. Conversion to come from out wide. Maybe it's there, Hamish, but maybe it's hidden. As we were discussing last night, it's possible to hide the stuff now. So who knows? Maybe it's there. Maybe it's there along with a number of other recommendations. Who knows? From the sideline, Caesar's hooking it back around. It's a dream start for the West Tigers. Leading 8 points to 0. No, I don't have it. Not yet, Hamish. James Strong asks if I'm going live for all the games tonight or just doing this one. I mean, look, the plan is to do all the games. I almost didn't make this one. I'm so exhausted. I was so tired. I almost chose to stay asleep and skip this game, but no. Dedication to the cause and all that. I powered on through. Managed to drag myself up for it, and yeah, off we go. Do I think the Sharks will make a final this year? I certainly think they will make the finals. I mean, they'll make the top 8, definitely. The Tigers, after weathering the storm early, have sprung to life. and a little purple patch of 5 minutes or so. They're up 8-0. From inside the 40, Caesar puts it close to the sideline. Taff takes it, brings it back. Smoking, popping, ahoy there. You're hoping for a Storm Sharks grand final to get revenge for 2016. Oh, that'd be nice. I mean, a Sharks Storm grand final, that is. The revenge part of it wouldn't be so good for me. But a Storm Sharks grand final could be fun. I mean, let's not forget, in 2016, Melbourne were one pass away from winning that grand final. One pass. Who was it? They made a break down the sideline, and somebody was racing up on the inside in support. Whoever it was didn't see him, didn't pass, got tackled by Ben Barber, I think it was, the Sharks fullback, or was it Val Holmes at that point? I can't remember. I should remember these things. It's my team, for Christ's sake. But, yeah, Melbourne were one pass away from victory. As Viliami Kikau's copped a knee to the side of the head here. Kikau will no doubt be off for a HIA. I just remember big bad Andrew Fafita powering through 4 or 5 Storm defenders right under the post. And the captain's challenge here by the West Tigers, I think that they're very interested in seeing Viliami Kikau might have just run in here and lifted his elbow up. No, he hasn't. Surely not. Challenge is successful. Don't know what they were challenging there. I was too busy talking about the 2016 grand final. Anyway, 5th and last for the Bulldogs. They go high, straight down the middle of the ground. Suddenly they're on the back foot here, the Dogs. They're under the pump. The Tigers did a lot of tackling early on. This is exactly why I don't like putting a winning team in a same game multi. I don't normally do it. I don't know why I've done it today. I've gone Bulldogs, Sherry, Naden. I don't normally put, because you can't predict upsets, and upsets will happen. As we saw with the Raiders running down Manly, as this one's lost forward by the Tigers, attacking that right-hand edge again, creating some space, but this time the ball doesn't go to hand, and Naden loses it forward. I guess I was just confident of a Bulldogs victory today, so I threw them in there, but I don't normally do that, and I usually advise against it, because the last thing you want, especially, is to get 2 of your 3 legs and somebody gets pipped in golden point or something, you know? Very bad feeling. Scrum down for the Dogs. Crichton. Captain Crichton takes it up towards halfway on tackle 1. Slow play the ball. Bulldogs, you would think, even though there's a long way to go in this one, we're only a quarter of the way through, but it's starting to get into the territory where they will need to be next to score. Marnie goes quick from dummy half. It's a penalty to the Bulldogs, though. Jeez, they could have played on there. Marnie was away. Goro Magi, ahoy there. Crichton versus Olam. Well, all the points have gone to Stephen Crichton so far, I can tell you. In that one-on-one duel, Stephen Crichton's winning at the moment. The Bulldogs put it into touch, 20 out from the Tigers line. A golden opportunity here to hit back. Samuel Hughes in midfield. Give it to Bronson. Bronson Sherry. Max King backs into the defense. Looks for the offload. Patience, patience, dogs, patience. Marnie goes left, Hutchison to Burton. The short ball to Bronson Sherry, and Sherry loses it. But the Tigers are up too quick, and it's another penalty. Game of Mel, ahoy there. Up too quickly once again. Marnie taps, gives it to Sherry, so they get exactly where they wanted to be. Bronson Sherry was the target that last play. He takes the hit up off the tap and go. Doing very well. Game of Mel, I couldn't help but notice. I obviously didn't have time to pop in, but I noticed that our friend Arcane Angel is doing tarot readings. Oh, Hutchison got the hands free. Max King was taken out in support. Now here's 2 out from the ruck and a crash ball, and it's Kurt Mann diving over. They've caught the Tigers' defence out here. A try beside the post. The Bulldogs have struck back. Exactly, Game of Mel. Not when there's footy on, right? Not when there's footy on. It's all about priorities. Actually, I wonder if I could do... Oh, no, tarot readings aren't... Tarot readings isn't fortune telling, is it? I was going to say maybe we could get it to give us some tips on same-game multis, but I don't think it works that way, does it? Because Lord knows I need them. I'll tell you what I don't need help with, though. I don't need help with tipping winners. Certainly not what I need help with. Top of the table in the Wasted Water Sports tipping contest. DJ Shaq, ahoy mate, around the grounds. The Queensland Reds leading the Crusaders 14 points to 7. I'd just like to point out it's another small crowd here at a core stadium. Maybe they should consider not having games here. Just a thought. Conversion successful from Burton. It's 8 points to 6. Brent Naden's been placed on report as well for a crusher tackle, it looks like. Pressure on the neck. Portez, ahoy mate. You've got stains. Well, tick. Charlie Staines is a tick already. Ali Amalo and Crichton, anytime try scorer. Is Ali Amalo meant to be Utikamanu? I'm just curious. Oh no, sorry, my bad. I didn't realise Solomon Ali Marlow. Sorry. That's my bad. I honestly had no idea who that was. I thought it was an autocorrect. My bad. Pamela Maino, ahoy there. UFC, ahoy mate. My favourite player is Reese Weesey, the little princess. And my favourite team are the Brisbane Show Ponies. Pronounced... I think we've had this conversation before, DJ Shaq, actually, with the pronunciation. Big mistake here from the Bulldogs. And the Tigers have a scrum down. 12 metres out from the line. The Bulldogs' try scorer was Curtis Mann. But it's the Tigers back on the attack. Bateman to Caesar. Papali'i looks to get the arm free. Tackle 3, 10 out. Caesar to Paulie. And they've lost the ball, the Tigers, right in front of the posts on tackle 4. A knock on. There's going to be a captain's challenge. Tyler Powell asks, do I think the Rabbitohs will be wooden spooners? No, I don't think so. No, I think, look, when Campbell Graham comes back, here's what I would do. This is just my opinion. Here's what I would do. Once the Rabbitohs are back to a full complement, once Campbell Graham comes back into the centres, the challenge is successful, and the Tigers are going to get a penalty right out in front. Take the 2 here, Tigers. No, they tap and go. We'll come back to that conversation. What would I do to fix the South Sydney Rabbitohs? I will share my humble opinion when there's a break in play. But there's certainly not one at the moment. It's the Tigers on the attack. Lockie Galvin is swamped. Oh, the Bulldogs are all over Galvin like a bunch of pit bull terriers after a bone. Poor little Lockie. Tackle 3, 15 out. Tigers still on the attack. Bateman change of direction. They stay on the right-hand side. Crash ball. The Tigers are over. No, just short. Although he's claiming it. Papali'i. It's gone up as a try. Was it Papali'i? I couldn't see. Everyone's in the way now. The Tigers might have scored this, though. It's gone up as a try. They seem very confident. Remember what I said before the 17. It's Fanuapol. Reaches out, plants it down. He had Kikau on him. He had Burton, was it, as well? No, too small to be Burton. That'll be a try confirmed. 12 points to 6. The Tigers have come to play. Look at that Canterbury supporter in the crowd. He can't believe it. What? What? Vobsy. 40 points. What? Hang on, what was it? 40 points to 12? Hang on. 40 points to 18, Vopsy. Hallelujah. How good was it? Caesar with the conversion. And the Tigers lead 14 points to 6. Anyways, UFC, that's really cool, mate. I hope it goes well. He's still in Adelaide. So that's what you get up to on holidays, huh? Swiping. Mind you, there's sod all else to do in Adelaide, isn't there? Back underway. Forward pass or a knock on here. A knock on, I believe. And the Tigers inviting the Bulldogs back in. All I've heard, Vobsy, all I've heard all day before the stream is about how Ashley Klein apparently had his Roosters jersey on. And I'm thinking, what game were they watching? Of course, blaming the referee is a classic coping method. Hey, I'm not going to lie, I've been there, done that. I think we all have. But if Ashley Klein was favouring anybody last night, it was the Broncos. He didn't do very well for them, as it turns out. How quick they are to turn on their own. Ten minutes to go in this half. Marnie down the short side. Crash ball with kick out. Well defended by the Tigers. Oh, excuse me. I certainly think that Reynolds being injured, Ezra Mam going off for a HIA. Who else got injured? Jordan Ricky, I think, was injured as well. They lost a few players. The Broncos lost a few players as the Tigers' defense holds firm again. So I think it certainly contributed to the margin. I wouldn't argue if anyone said to me losing those players contributed to the margin at the end, because they had forwards playing on the wing. There were front rowers playing on the wing just to cover all the HIAs and the injuries. In total fairness. Roosters lost players as well, but they certainly didn't get down to the point where they had front rowers on the wing. So I feel it certainly contributed to the margin, but there were multiple times throughout that game you just felt like the Roosters had it in the bag anyway. I think the Roosters were winning regardless. Maybe the margin blew out a little bit because of those factors, maybe. But I think the Roosters were winning anyway. It was ludicrous that the Roosters were like $2.90 outsiders. Absolutely ludicrous. That was free money for me. If the bookies want to keep giving odds like that, I will happily keep taking their money. It was crazy. Anyway, back to this game. Bulldogs have the ball back. 8 minutes to go till the halftime break. Marnie goes quickly. Spots half a gap. Hutchison onto Crichton. Crichton puts the chip in over the top. Jareem Buller perfectly placed. Perfectly placed was Buller. That is not the kick. And the Tigers have it back. A very good first half in the end here for the Tigers. Well, there's still 7.5 minutes to go. Anything could happen yet. And they've lost the ball again, the Tigers. Okay, there we go. Just as I give them a compliment, they start to fall apart. And now the Bulldogs lose it. But first knock on, Tigers. Double knock on. And the Bulldogs, they will have a full set of 6, 30 metres out from the line. Kickout's got to be a little careful here. Kickout's got to be very, very careful. Just calm yourself down, mate. Someone needs to get over there and have a little sensual whisper in his ear. Calm down, mate. Oh. Treading a fine line there with late contact. I feel like he might be. From the scrum, Stephen Crichton takes it up for the Bulldogs. 6 minutes left until the halftime break. Marnie onto Karan. Josh Karan always has some very, very cool headgear every time. Out the back, Taff to Karaz. Karaz cuts back in field. Well defended again from the Tigers. Marnie in midfield. Haywood to Hutchinson. Kick out, gets the arms free, pushes the pass. It's gone forward. Surely it's gone forward. No call from the referee. What's the touch judge doing? The touchy is right there in line with that. Clearly forward pass. They've got away with that one, the Bulldogs. Fifth and last, 10 out from the line. Karan will play it. Haywood to Burton. Out the back to Taff. Taff offloads. Back inside to Burton. They keep it alive, the Bulldogs. Now the kick into the end goal. There's no real chase to speak of, and Buller can bring it back into the field of play. That was all just a waste there from the Bulldogs. They fell apart there, and now they've given away a penalty. Geez, the Bulldogs have fallen to pieces here. Well, both teams, actually. It's really getting scrappy. How the touchy has missed that. He's standing right there. The great big galoot. Jake Ponchi, ahoy, mate. They've shown no, patience. They've shown no patience in attack. The Bulldogs. Burko, ahoy, mate. Thomas Yeats says, go the Tigers. I've gone with the Bulldogs, Jake, but I must say, I'm slowly but surely starting to regret that decision. They'll get into the sheds, though, and Cameron Serraldo will have words with them, and surely one of the topics of conversation will be patience. Patience in their play. They're pushing passes unnecessarily. They're getting themselves all sort of tangled up with each other and just a little bit clueless on attack when they're down in that 10-metre zone. And they have been down there enough to have more than 6 points. Oh, excuse me. They certainly should have more than 6 points, in my opinion. But as we saw with the Raiders last night, it's an 80-minute game. Anything can happen. How Manly threw that one away, I will never know. They need to hang their heads. Daniel Nestor, go Dogs, 9+. Fifth and last it is, though, for the Dogs, short of halfway. Hutchison with the kick, taken on the full by Buller. Nathan Kongu says need to get rid of Drew Hutchison. They do need a halfback. They do need a star halfback. We've been saying that about the Bulldogs for years now, haven't we? A few seasons. Oh, a lifting tackle here on the Tigers. That'll be a penalty. And Reed Marnie might be in a little bit of trouble here. Was it Reed Marnie or Josh Curran? There were two in the tackle. It's a clear lifting and driving motion, and that will be Reed Marnie. Probably not enough for a send-off, to be honest. He's definitely going to be on report, though. That will surely be placed on report. And the Tigers will have another shot here before half-time. 40 out from the Bulldogs line. The kick into touch. Bateman in at first receiver. Out the back it goes to Caesar. Galvin steps back in field. Tackle 2. 30 out from the line. Tigers looking for more points. 6 again. Oh, that's huge. This is a big moment in the game. 20 points to 6 at halftime. Might be just a little bit too much for the Doggies. Bateman to Caesar. Numbers to the right. Buller. Dummies goes on his own. Kickow wraps him up. And they've lost the ball, the Tigers. Oh, Jareen Buller. What a let-off that was for the Bulldogs. They had the numbers out to the right, but the Bulldogs rushed up. Defended well. Jake Ponchi says next year, Cleary, halfback for the Bulldogs. Well, I don't think Nathan Cleary, unless Ivan's being signed over as the coach, Nathan Cleary, I don't think will be going anywhere in a hurry. The chip and chase here for the Fox. It pops up. Adokar, one to beat. Gets the kick away. Bronson Sherry's after it. Bronson Sherry wins the race to the ball, but Justin Olam has got there to secure it. And when I say Bronson Sherry wins the race to the ball, I mean he was in front of Justin Olam, but then the ball took a little turn out to the left. And Olam dives on it, saves the day for the Tigers. I thought we were on there in our multi. It was Bronson Sherry versus Charlie Staines. And then Justin Olam comes in to pick up the pieces. $14 points to 6 at halftime, but the Bulldogs, they're certainly not out of it. I mean, that would be a ridiculous statement to make. Only 8 points the difference at the break. The Bulldogs have had enough attack and enough quality possession down the Tigers' end of the field that they probably should have at least one more try. But we saw right at the end there how quickly a game can turn. That ball could have bounced anywhere. $14 points to 6 at halftime. I'm really, really tempted to do that UFC stream tomorrow. I'm thinking about it. It would obviously interfere with the NRL games. But I'm thinking about it. Jimmy Lister says, Dan, you need to hear this to believe it. In the Crusaders game, there's been a knock-on, but I can't find the video of the knock-on, so no try. So, okay, let me get this straight. The TMO has said this. There's been a knock-on, but I can't find video of the knock-on. So no try. So the TMO has said this. That is crazy. If there's no video evidence, then you can't... What, we're supposed to just take their word for it? Oh, he knocked it on, but I can't find it. But trust me. Would I lie? Would I lie to you? Wow, I've never heard that one before. That is insanity, isn't it? Never trust the bunker. Vobsy says Tigers end up winning by 38. Hey, look, I've gone the Bulldogs, but I could never, ever begrudge the Tigers getting a big win. This was a game where I truly, truly didn't care who wins. I truly don't care. Both teams are what am I looking for here? Both teams, I want to see them do well. So, yeah, it's why I'm so relaxed comparatively in this game. I'm a lot more invested. I'm a lot more vocal. Well, vocal's probably not the correct way of describing it because I've obviously not shut up since the stream started. I mean, that's the whole point. But I'm a lot more passionate and a lot more invested in my opinions on the game and whatnot when I really want one team to win or really want one team to particularly lose. This one, I don't care. Tigers and Bulldogs, I've got a soft spot for both. Don't really mind who wins. I've gone the Bulldogs, so that'll be great for my tipping, but I'm so far ahead in the tipping contest at the moment, it really doesn't matter. Temper Count says, I'm so done with this Bulldogs team, man. They're not out of it yet, mate. You're talking as if they've lost. They're only trailing by 8 at half-time. They've had many opportunities. I'm sure they'll have many more in the second half as well. They just need a little more patience. That's been the problem for the Bulldogs in this first half, a lack of patience. They've been pushing passes. They've been trying to score on every play rather than building up for it. Yeah, the Tigers are not... in fairness, the Tigers are not the absolute shitehouse team that they've been for the past few years either. This is the match between two big improvers in 2024. I mean, let's be totally fair to the Tigers. It's not like they're going to win the wooden spoon this year. The Tigers. Viking Axe says not tipping either teams, just here to enjoy the stream. Dan, cheers, Viking Axe. You must be happy, mate. What the hell happened to the Manly Sea Eagles last night? Nathan Congo, thank you very much for subscribing. Very much appreciated. Yeah, Ricky's Green Goblins came back from the dead. 20 points to 0 the Raiders were behind against Manly last night and ended up winning 26-24. How important that game just proved how important goal kicking is, because Ruben Garrick missing 3 relatively simple kicks, 6 points would have been crucial for the Manly Sea Eagles at the back end of that game. So you've got to kick your goals. Goal kicking so crucial. Vobsy says, I think Titans come close to beating Melbourne. I don't know why. I can just feel it. That's probably going to age horribly. I already know it. I think so. I would be very shocked if the Storm don't win by at least 20. Very surprised. I don't care where they play. I would be shocked. And I can tell you that they're playing up here. Seabus Stadium. Bulldogs have still got a chance to catch up, of course. They just need to calm themselves down a little bit, show some patience in their attack. Ollie is the best. Ahoy, mate. My girlfriend, Jacquela, says ahoy. Ahoy there, Jacquela. And welcome along. $14 points to 6 here at halftime. Tigers with the lead. I did say, remember, at the top of the stream, I did say that this could be the Smoky for match of the round. Bobsy says, imagine leaving a team you have been at your entire career to chase premierships and you end up with a wooden spoon. I don't think they're going to get the wooden spoon, Bobsy. What in Christ's name is this? Oh, it's the Wiggles. Okay. I was wondering what the halftime entertainment is, but it's the new, it's the new politically correct Wiggles. The all-inclusive Wiggles. Who's the goal kicker for the Titans? Aiden Caesar. Aiden Caesar, the number 7. 14 points to 6 at halftime. Yes, I really don't think that Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. The Rabbitohs. We were going to talk about the Rabbitohs. And what I would do to, in my humble opinion, how I would improve the Rabbitohs team. Okay, there's a couple of deficiencies at the moment, all right? In my opinion, a couple of things wrong with the Rabbitohs. First and foremost, Latrell Mitchell needs to understand that I appreciate that everybody wants to play fullback. All the backline players, well, most of the backline players, because apparently Zach Lomax is built a little bit differently, but if you're a backline player, your ambition is to play fullback because you want that fullback money. I understand it. I completely understand that Latrell probably wants that fullback money and wants to play fullback. But at some point, you just have to raise your hand and go, I'm not this person. Latrell needs to understand he's not a fullback. He's a terrible fullback. Latrell Mitchell's best efforts, best plays, best everything have been in the centres. Jack Whiten is playing in the centres. Once again, maybe he just wants to get out of that halves grind. Maybe he doesn't want that kind of pressure. He's come to the Rabbitohs to play centre and still be heavily involved, but sort of out of that decision-making process. But once more, he's not a centre, in my opinion. I mean, State of Origin has proved Jack Whiten is not a centre. So the first things that I would do, Latrell Mitchell moves into the centres. Campbell Graham comes back from injury. He's your other centre. And Jack Whiten moves into the halves. Jack Whiten and Cody Walker can partner up. Cody is obviously trying to overplay his hand a little bit, so we're going to move Cody out into the number 7 jersey, and we're going to let Jack Whiten play his natural game at number 6, which will take some pressure off Cody, and Cody can just take a little bit of a back step and get his head back in the game, wearing the number 7. The Rabbitohs have unearthed a great talent in Jai Gray. I think that's his name. Jai Gray's come in and done well, so there he is. He's your fullback moving forward, for the time being, at least. Yeah, Vobsy, I probably wouldn't move Campbell Graham. I'm probably not moving Campbell Graham. In my opinion, before the injury, Campbell Graham was the best centre in the game. So I think if you can claim to be the best in the game at something, I'm probably not moving him from there just to try him out at fullback. And of course, put a blank check in front of Wayne Bennett. Just give him a blank check. He's not at the Dolphins next season. Just go visit Wayne Bennett, put the checkbook in front of him, and say, look, we've already signed it. Just write your number down. We don't care what it is. Don't care. Blank, we've signed it. Just write down whatever you want, mate. It's yours. And they'll do a lot better. They'll do a lot better next year, just with that alone. Lath says, told you, take the Tigers with the start. Long way to go, Lath, long way to go. Let's not forget that last night we saw the Raiders were trailing 20 points to 0 against Manly. Ended up winning 26-24. Anything can happen still in this one. Carvey Bar, ahoy there, mate. How are you doing? The Cuban Egg, I went for the Bulldogs. Popsy, I want to see what happens once Bennett leaves the Rabbits again. That's going to be the problem, isn't it? That will be the problem. What happens when he leaves the second time. Teams have a tendency to not go well when Uncle Wayne leaves. The Cuban Eggs is same. I tipped Bulldogs last night game when Brisbane and Roosters was just rubbish. What was rubbish about it, the Cuban Egg? I thought it was a great game. I loved every minute of it. Ellis Williams says, at this point, I'm convinced Wayne will die in his coaching box before retirement. I'm actually very concerned about that happening, Ellis. I'm very concerned about that happening. I mean, legitimately, it's not something that I would joke around about. But I have this horrible feeling that one day there'll just be panic stations because Uncle Wayne is going to collapse in the coach's box. Let's just say I think the only people upset with last night's game would be Brisbane Broncos supporters. The rest of the NRL rejoiced. That's what I reckon. Second half underway. Kikau gets the offload. Back to Taff. Taff's got nowhere to go. Fifth and last for the Bulldogs. Staines takes it on the full for the Tigers. Bulldogs probably need to be first to score in the second half. Jesse Arthurs, that's who I was trying to think of earlier. I think I said Jordan Reiki, but yeah, Jesse Arthurs, that's who I was thinking of. Tigers bringing it out from their own end. On top in this game at the moment, Benji's Tigers, 14 points to 6. Alex Twal's on. Caesar gets the kick away. Was he taken out after the fact? No, says the referee. And Taff will bring it back for the Dogs. Ram, 845, ahoy there. Gerard Sutton is our bunker man. What a surprise as the Bulldogs offload. Taff into half a gap. Shut down. Bulldogs up over halfway. Kick out. Onto Sherry. Sherry is taken down. Tackle 3. 40 out. Kick out goes into dummy half. Burton in at first receiver. Nothing doing there for the Dogs. George Steele, ahoy there, mate. Sorry, I missed you. Out the back to Burton. Now they've got a good line up to the right. But Jamin Salmon straightens, goes into contact, takes the fifth and last. Bulldogs stay on the short side. Burton puts the kick up. The Tigers get in each other's way, but they come down with it. They're a couple of meters out from their own try line, right on that left-hand edge. If the Bulldogs can pull off a big set of 6 defensively here, they will have the first crack in the second half. A very forlorn-looking Cameron Serrato up in the coach's box. Maybe it's just not going to be the Bulldogs' day. Fifth and last for the Tigers. They've only just made it outside their own 20-metre line. That was a big set of 6 defensively. And now Caesar's kick is taken on the full by Taff. And the Bulldogs will start this set of 6 on halfway. Great field position. This is a great chance to start the second half here, the Bulldogs. Ellis Williams says final 20 minutes and it's a tie between the Reds and the Crusaders, 21-all. Kickout puts a big don't argue on Aiden Caesar, and he's just short of the line. That's a great run from Viliami Kickout. Here come the Bulldogs now. Marnie in midfield. Across to Hutchison, kicks on tackle 4, looking for Josh Karan. Josh Karan gets it down, and the Bulldogs head back. Josh Karan has scored, but that try goes all the way back a couple of tackles earlier. Viliami Kickout puts the big don't argue on Aiden Caesar, sets up that forward momentum. Great vision here from Hutchison. Spots the gap in behind the line. I wouldn't have thought that a kick for Josh Karan was the right option, but he shows great pace to get there. Who knew that he had that kind of toe? Try confirmed, 14 points to 10, the kick to come. And that is exactly what the Bulldogs needed in this second stanza. So yeah, final 20 minutes and it's a tie between the Reds and the Crusaders. I almost did that game. I was discussing it during Friday night footy here in the NRL. I was discussing, should I do the Reds Crusaders game? Two of my favourite teams. But I also thought this would be a good game as well between the Bulldogs and the Tigers. So I was very torn. And it's certainly living up to that at the moment as Burton is successful with the conversion. It's 14 points to 12. Bulldogs get themselves back in it. Boy, do they need that try, though. Adokar doing the hard yards. Kickout on another charge. Beats the first tackle. Kickout's having a blinder. This is a good set for the Bulldogs. Karan, the try scorer, up over halfway. Tackle 4. Great set of 6. Hayward takes the 5th and last. Terrible play the ball. Oh, they've let it play on. Hutchinson puts it high. It's taken by the Bulldogs. Karaz has got it. Still 5th and last. Can they get the ball free? They can. It's still alive. Hutchison. It's still 5th and last, mate. Penalty for a high shot. Is it? No. Handover. They're going to challenge at the Bulldogs. I think they want a high shot here, the Bulldogs. It's 14 points to 12. Bulldogs had it on the 5th and last. They're challenging the call of a knock-on. Surely they don't want high contact for that. Well, it's not a knock-on. It's been knocked out by the... It's been knocked out by the Tigers. So this will be Bulldogs ball. A successful challenge. The Bulldogs will get 6 more tackles. Michael Russell, ahoy there, mate. Michael Russell says, I listened to your tips and advice, but go my own stupid logic and picked the wrong team. When I saw you tipped the Dogs, my heart dropped. Seems all right now, hopefully. Hopefully, they've started well. Oops, missed my cup. Challenge successful for the Bulldogs, and they will have a full set of 6 here. 10 out from the Tigers' line. This is their chance to claim the lead. Karan with Burton running off his shoulder. Right in front of the post now. They go to the right. Marnie skips across. The crash ball, change of direction, back in field. Nowhere to go, though. Terrible service from Marnie. It pops up for Burton and they've lost some meters there. Terrible pass from Marnie. Tackle 4 now. 10 meters out still. Hutchison. Out the back it goes to Hayward. Hayward. Dummies, steps, goes on his own. 5th and last. 5 out. Marnie goes left. Burton's got it. Puts the grubber kick in. Oh, the Bulldogs have been escorted off that ball. Surely. Charlie Staines comes back with it. And it is a penalty to the Bulldogs. That's got to be 10 in the bin, surely. That close to the try line has to be 10 in the bin. No, says the referee, just a penalty. That close to the try line is surely professional foul, automatic 10 in the bin. They get away with it, though. This is a 2-pointer to tie the game up. If they take it, they might tap and go here. They might want to keep this momentum going, the Bulldogs. Surely you take the 2, though. Tie up the game. Take the 2. Yes, common sense prevails. And Matt Burton steps up. An opportunity here. To tie this up, Brent Naden. My 2 anytime try scorers there coming together. Brent Naden and Bronson Sherry. Cheeky little escort. Matt Burton looking to square things up. He moves in, puts it over, and we're all locked up at 14 points all. Bulldogs and the Tigers. Moses Phillip, ahoy there. Go West Tigers, says Moses. $14 all, 10 minutes gone in the second half. Burton takes the kickoff. Bulldogs tie things up. Now we've got well and truly got a game on our hands. Josh Karan with the hit up. Bulldogs with all the momentum here. Hayward onto Kickow. Kickow's wrapped up. Loses the ball out the back. It's still play on. Marnie, short pass to Sherry. Sherry's up to halfway. Tackle 4. Hayward in midfield. Puts the step on. 5th and last now. Bulldogs. Halfway line. Hutchison. They're going to go on a run here. Crichton to Karaz. Karaz puts the chip in now. Taken by the Tigers at the back. 10 meters out from their own line. But the Bulldogs, they're on a wave of momentum at the moment. Running it on the 5th and last. That's a sign of confidence. But it's Tigers ball now. Tackle 4. They're racing through this tackle count. 5th and last. 40 out from their own line. Big set of 6. Again from the Bulldogs defensively. Racing up on Caesar. Rushed kick. Taff takes it on the full at the back. Kima says Tiger Centre should be in the sin bin for the professional foul. 100%. That's what I said at the time as well, Kima. I couldn't believe that he avoided the sin bin. I mean, I'm glad he did because he's in my multi. We need that opportunity for him to score a try. But it definitely warranted a sin bin, in my opinion. Moses Phillip, I'm supporting the West Tigers all the way from Papua New Guinea. Go West Tigers. 6 again for the Bulldogs. 30 out from the line. Here's a chance now to snap the lead. Bulletproof Vita says Tigers for the upset. But it is the Bulldogs on the attack. Karan backs into the defence. 15 out. Big opportunity now for the Bulldogs. Hutchinson runs it to the line, out the back to Burton. Burton dummies, almost goes through. He's just been brought down by Lockie Galvin. Curran in midfield. Oh, that's a hip drop. A hip drop on Josh Curran. That's a hip drop on Josh Curran. Aiden Caesar could be in trouble here. He's just jumped on the back of the legs of Josh Curran there. He's going to be on report. Is he going to get 10 in the bin? It's definitely going to be a penalty right out in front. A gift 2 points. Once again, there was absolutely no intent. Aiden Caesar's not a dirty player by any stretch of the imagination. Nobody ever does this on purpose. But a classic hip drop. He's on report. Stays on the field, though, again. All right, this chick does not want to send anybody off. A penalty right out in front for the Bulldogs, and they will take the 2 to take the lead, surely. And once again, the Tigers, very, very lucky. Is Casey Badger the ref? I think so. Brown-haired girl. I can only assume that I recognise that name, so. Jonathan Kami. I'm supporting West Tigers because of Justin Olam, all the way from PNG. Kima Sere says too many silly mistakes from the Tigers. Matt Burton from right in front. Another gift 2 points. And I believe for the first time tonight, the Bulldogs take the lead. 16 points to 14. They have had a dream start to this second half. .25.5 minutes to go. Just 2 points the difference. Caesar gets us back underway. Almost goes out on the full. Geez, it probably would have gone out on the full if Josh Adokar left it, but he decides to attack it. It would have been very close. I'm going to check that out on the replay screen. Oh, geez, it would have been risky to leave it, I suppose, but it looked like it was going over on the full. Either way, Bulldogs have it. John Yours says go Bulldogs 13 plus. Marnie will kick on tackle 4 from inside the 40, looking for the 40-20, but Jareen Buller's back there. Leo Francis Royker says the ref should be sent off for not giving away the mandatory 10 minutes for the escort and then the hip drop. Ref so inconsistent. Both offences, by the way, Leo, just to add weight to that, both offences were inside the attacking zone. They were both inside the 10-metre line. Definite send-offs, like just for 10 minutes. I'm not saying straight send-off, but 10 in the bin, surely on both occasions. Maybe not the hip drop. The hip drop wasn't that bad, but the escort was definitely a 10 in the bin. I can't understand it. But I just think she doesn't want to send anybody off. Fifth and last, Tigers get the kick down. It's trapped by Taff. And the Bulldogs have it once more. 16-14. 23 minutes to go still. Plenty of time for both sides. Be nice if one of my try scorers got over at least. Sloppy service there again from Marnie. It sets up for Burton, who dummies and goes straight through the gap. Support from Bronson Sherry. And there we go. We get a try scorer. Put a lock on it. Bronson Sherry scores. All right, now we need Brent Naden. 20 points to 14. Kick to come. Bronson Sherry's over. The first tick off the same game multi. And the Bulldogs stretch their lead. It was terrible service from dummy half, but the ball just pops up for Matt Burton. The Tigers saw the loose pass and stood back. Burton takes full advantage of half a gap. He had support everywhere. A simple draw and pass on the fullback, and Bronson Sherry dives over to score for the Bulldogs. Dives over to give me a tick off the same game multi. 20 points to 14, kick to come. Lawrence Peterson says, oh yeah, go the Doggies. Bad says, go Chooks. Hell yeah. Nothing I loved more than seeing the Roosters travel to Suncorp and put 40 points on the show ponies. It was a beautiful thing. It really was. I mean, I'm sorry, Broncos supporters. I really do apologize that I dislike your team so much, but it was such a glorious sight last night. I was so happy. Matt Burton with the conversion attempt, looking to stretch this lead. It's on target. It's perfect. It's right down the middle. And the Bulldogs lead 22 points to 14. It is time for Jock Madden, for sure. Bulletproof Vita. Adam Reynolds can stay on in a mentorship sort of role, a coaching role. I think that would be perfect for him. But I think it's time for Jock Madden to step in full time. Tigers get us back underway. Seb Watson, ahoy there. Almost as good as watching the Sea Chickens get slapped. No, I didn't like that, which has got nothing to do with Manly. I just, the Raiders winning went against my tips. That wasn't fun at all. Well, Vobsy raised a very good point as well earlier. The cheese went off. The cheese went off quite early, I believe, injured for the Roosters. Alex Twile's on, yes. Alex Twile's been on for a while. He might be off again now, but he has certainly spent some time on the field. I've called his name out a few times. Tigers here have the ball from the kick, but look at the numbers there from the Bulldogs. 4 chases to put him down and keep the Tigers pinned in their own 20. Again, a 3-man tackle, driving the Tigers backwards. All the momentum is with the Bulldogs here. They are well on top here, the Doggies. Tackle 4 here for the Tigers. Caesar loses it. Diving on the loose ball. It's knocked on by the Tigers. I think it was stripped out by the Bulldogs. So this could be Great for the Tigers. Yes, it is Tigers ball. Fair enough too, that one. Miro Local says, Tigers get organised or the Dogs will run all over you. Bad says, can't wait for the Dogs versus Penrith next week. You're back in the doggies. There's going to be a bloody bucket load of Panthers players out on the field next week, isn't there? It's going to be great to see. It's going to be fun to see Burton and Kickow and Salmon. Up against their old club. Loose pass here. Goes behind Crichton. Crichton goes back to collect it. Back in field to Hutchison. Tackle 4 here for the Dogs. 30 metres out. Back on the attack. Hayward in at first receiver. On to Max King. 5th and last here. Bulldogs. 18 and a half minutes to go. 8 points the difference. What a swing it's been. Marnie runs from dummy half. Puts the chip in over the top. It sits up for that guy, Solomon. And the Tigers have it. 10 out from their own line. Buller. Good run there. Staines now from dummy half. Some more good meters. Gets the offload away as well. Buller has a second charge. Offloads back inside to Galvin. Galvin's got support from Olam. Runs away from him. Beats Blake Taft, but Burton's there to bring him down. That's better from the Tigers. They opened him up there. Tackle 3, 25 out. They go left. Caesar inside to Buller again. Why not? It's working wonders so far, but this time he's chopped down. A 6 again. 15 out from the line. A 6 again. Clemmer backs into the defense. Here's a chance for the Tigers. Big one. Caesar to Bateman. Bateman stands in the tackle. Can't get the arms free. He's hurt, Bateman. He's hurt his legs. It's probably those god-awful tattoos. Mind you, those god-awful tattoos probably mean something to him. They look like very important dates inscribed on his legs, so I probably shouldn't take the piss. They probably mean a lot to him. Anyways, he's up now, playing the ball. 10 out from the line here, the Tigers. Caesar. On it goes to Seyfarth, who's on. Tackle 4, 10 out in midfield. They fire it out to the left here. Caesar again to Galvin. Nowhere to go, so he cuts back in field. Links up with Naden. Naden's chopped down. 5th and last, Tigers, 10 out. This is it. This is their shot. Galvin. Terrible kick over the top, and it's tapped down from Staines. But there is Viliami Kickow to collect that loose ball. The Bulldogs hold on. Kickow. Man of the match for mine, Viliami Kickow. In all honesty. He's been absolutely everywhere tonight, Kickow. On attack, on defence. And there he is to secure the tap back. Bulletproof Vita says, better commentary than most of Channel 9. Oh, cheers, Bulletproof. I appreciate that, mate. Neil Clarkson says, yes, Dan, I think this injury is the end of the career for Renault. Madden is still injured, so where to go? Yeah, in the short term, no idea, Neil. In the short term, no idea. Maybe. No, actually, no, forget that. I was going to say maybe in the short term until Jock Madden comes back, you take a punt on moving Reece Walsh up into the halves, but then I thought, no. Ezra Mam and Reece Walsh side by side in the defensive line. Good Lord, the Broncos that have 50 put on them every week with those two turnstiles in defense. So no, scrap that. I see Reece Walsh's future as he continues to learn the game and gets better, I do see his future in the halves. But no, it's way too early. Way too early. That's asking for trouble. So scrap that. Maybe Tristan Saylor. The kick is a shocker here from the Tigers. The kick has gone backwards on the fifth and last. The Tigers have lost 15 metres off the fifth and last kick. And now a penalty to the Bulldogs. Oh, things have turned into an utter shambles here for the Tigers. A penalty to the Bulldogs. 30 out from the Tigers line. Defunk says, I see Reese in rehab in the future. Holy hell. I thought I was harsh on little Reese Weesey. Josh Curran's been taken out here. That's what the penalty's for. Geez, the Tigers, what an absolute shambles. What a shambles. They lost meters on the kick. It's been a long time since I've seen a fifth and last kick go up. And they've lost ground. Oh, don't tell me Josh Bateman's not going to get sent off here, surely. For everything we've seen tonight, Josh Bateman is not getting 10 in the bin for that. Surely. Surely not. No, she just had a really stern word with him. She was just having words with him like she found a weird entry in the bank statement and was having words with him about where he was that night. Very stern words. Penalty to the Bulldogs, though. They tap and go. 20 out from the line. The James. Ahoy. He's awake. He's awake. How are you, James? We're looking for Brent Naden here, mate. My multi's on. I'm feeling all right about it. Although the Tigers need to get their act together. $13 and a half. No, it's all good, mate. I'm just poking fun at you falling asleep on the voice chat the other night. That's all. All fun and games. Tackle 4 here. Marnie limps away from the play the ball. Taff throws the Harbour Bridge pass out to the Fox, who surrenders in the tackle. Stays in the field of play. Fifth and last Bulldogs. Hutchison with the crossfield kick. Taken by the Tigers. 13 minutes to go. 8 points the difference. Tigers have it 10 out from their own line. Offload to Buller. Buller's had probably the standout performance for the Tigers in this second half. Jareen Buller. Smoke and Poppin says, I just need 6 more points to be scored for my multi. I will be mad at the ref if there isn't another try with the amount of sin bins not called. Ross Palmer says NFL have 5 quarterbacks in the squad. Tom Brady was number 2 quarterback before one got in. Is that right? So Tom Brady wasn't even... I mean, I suppose that makes sense. You don't start as the main man, do you? But what I'm reading from that comment is that maybe Tom Brady only got his chance because of injury, and then look at the career he's had since then. Josh Adokar cops a high slap across the face, and that'll be a penalty to the Bulldogs. Yes? Knock on Tigers anyway. James Strong says he was a backup to Drew Bledsoe. There you go. So I'm gathering there was an injury, and then up stepped Tom Brady, and then the rest is history, as they say. Dadon says, see that? That's why women shouldn't be reffing first grade. They can't handle the pressure and F up the game. I'm not going to say anything because it will get me in trouble. I will just do this. I'm not going to say a word. I will just do that. Because we all know what I think. Bad says, wasn't Brady 11th pick in the draft? $10 minutes, 40 to go. 8 points the difference. Tigers trailing by 8. They need to just hold on to the ball, the Tigers. Olam puts the head down, charges forwards. Tackle 4, 30 out from their own line. Tigers finding meters hard to come by. That'll help. David Clemmer, big charge up the field. 5th and last. Caesar from just outside the 40. Taft takes it on the full anyway. Peter says, I predicted the score to be 22-12 Bulldogs to win. Oh, well, very, very close, Peter. Well done, mate. Paul Cup says, you are a very good commentator. Should sign up for NRL commentary. They couldn't handle me, mate, but thank you very much. Thank you very much, Paul, for the kind words. But, yeah, they couldn't handle my forthrightness and honesty. Because the trouble with Channel 9 and Fox Sports is there's an agenda. There's a media-driven agenda, and they couldn't handle me. Up over halfway. Go the Bulldogs on the 5th and last. Burton from 40 out puts it high. He's got good purchase on that. The chasers rush through, and Charlie Staines does extremely well in the face of that pressure. And the Tigers 10 out from their own line once more. Agenda. That sounds like a conspiracy, Dan, says the James. No, mate, even Big Willie Mason in that video that he did for us said, well, he didn't call it agenda, he called it narrative. But even he brought it up. He made the comment that we need more stuff like his podcast and channels like this so that people can have choices other than the Fox Sports and their crappy narrative was the word he used. So, yeah, it's if it's a conspiracy, it's a conspiracy fact at this point. Going into commentary is the nursing home for ex-players. Some of them are quite good at it, though. We must admit. 5th and last now, Bulldogs. 30 out from the line again. Burton puts it high. Not his best purchase. Buller takes it, but Sherry's there to meet him. And they are just controlling the flow of this game now with 7.5 minutes left. The Bulldogs are just keeping the Tigers pinned down. 10 out from their own line constantly. Very controlled kicks from Burton. Very, very purposeful. Forcing the Tigers to go length of the field. Tackle 4. Long way to go. Galvin in at first receiver. They can't get the ball out wide. Thomas Yates is calling it already. Well done, Bulldogs. Good win. Oh, there's still 6.5 minutes to go. I wouldn't be signing off on it just yet as Charlie Staines goes down the wing, puts the kick in field. They need the bounce here, the Tigers, but Karaz is there for the Bulldogs. And Karaz beats the tackle. 1, 2, 3. Still going, Karaz. A penalty to the Bulldogs, and now it's fired up in back play. Kickow versus Seyfarth. Who have you got in that one? Kickout versus Seyfarth. Now everyone else is in. Utiki Manu on Blake Taff. Oh, forget about that one. That's not even a contest. Talk about David versus Goliath. Blake Taff versus Utiki Manu. Seyfarth torpedoed himself in. David Clemmer's got 10 in the bin. David Clemmer's been sent for 10 to the bin. I guess he had something to say. She did warn them. In fairness, she did warn them. She said, if anyone else verbally abuses me, they're going to the bin. Because it wasn't Clemmer who committed the foul play, was it? Or was it? I don't think it was. But Clemmer's the one who's been sent to the bin. No, it was Seyfarth flying in there. David Clemmer obviously just had something to say. And look, she did warn them. Whoops. Just cheers to myself. And now, oh, Seyfarth. Oh, there we go. Did they send Clemmer to the bin? They've sent them both to the bin. Okay, Clemmer's been sent to the bin, and now Seyfarth's been sent to the bin for that reckless tackle. And, all right, that'll be the game. That's the game over. 5.5 minutes to go. Tigers with 2 in the sin bin. That'll be the game. Congratulations, Bulldogs. Another tip correct for me. Unfortunately, yeah, it looks like the multi's not going to pop off. The kick into touch. And the Bulldogs, with 5 minutes to go, they could start to put on a score here. I mean, 5 minutes, what? You could score 2 tries in 5 minutes. And the Tigers have got 2 in the sin bin. 2 in the bin. Burton to Kickow. Kickow beats 1. Oh, he had Adokar unmarked on the outside. The Fox was unmarked. Kickow steps back in field. Goes on his own, though. Marnie to Hutchison. Tackle 4. Oh, Marnie's been pushed from dummy half and loses the ball, and the Tigers come away with it. Well, they've gone and cocked this up, haven't they? The Bulldogs. Now it's loose from the Tigers, and the Bulldogs get the ball back. Wow, the Tigers have just said, anything you can do, we can do better. And the referee blows the whistle. A double knock on, she is called. And a captain's challenge. Why not? Why not have a captain's challenge? The two players in the sin bin for the Tigers having a chat. That's fantastic. All right, so who is she giving the scrum feed to? I'm sorry, I can't keep up with her decisions. I really can't. None of them seem to make sense. Anyway, Tigers, it's a Tigers scrum feed. 10 out from their own line. 3 minutes 40 to go. We need a try for somebody. Who do we need a try for in the chat room there? Smoke and Poppin', 6 more points for the multi. There we go. All right, come on. 6 more points for Smoke and Poppin'. Let's make it happen. Big defense again from the Bulldogs. Tackle 3 on the Tigers. 10 out from their own line. They're stuck in quicksand. The Bulldogs' belief is insurmountable now. I mean, regardless of the game situation, the Bulldogs' belief right now is just insurmountable for the Tigers. Terrible pass across the face of the post. 5th and last. 10 metres out from their own line still. They've gone nowhere this set of 6. 3 metres they've gained. That's atrocious. I don't care if you've got 2 in the bin. Now a crossfield kick from Caesar. The tap back for Olam. Olam's tackled. They made about 5 or 6 metres in total off that full set of 6. Yeah, that's all right, UFC. That's pretty cool. I mean, if they're on Tinder, it doesn't matter. Like, we all know what Tinder's for. So it doesn't matter to her that you're leaving the country. We all know what Tinder's for. It's not for a long-term thing. She just wants a little bit of, you know? She wants to have a little bit of a wrestle. Bulldogs back in the 8. Yes, indeed, they are. James Strong. Oh, James Strong. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, straight through go the Bulldogs, and there is a try right beside the post. Kurt Mann gets a double. It's gone up as no try, though. Hang on, Smoke and Poppin'. Wait just a minute. It's gone up as no try. Sam Hughes is in the defensive line. No try. It's going to be an obstruction. Penalty to the Tigers. 1.5 minutes to go. You know what would be nice? Smoke and Poppin'. And I'm sure this works for you as well. What would be nice is if the Bulldogs go to sleep here for the last 1.5 minutes and Brent Naden scores a try for the Tigers. I mean, that way, 6 points are potentially scored, which is great for your multi. Brent Naden gets a try, which is fabulous for my multi. And the Bulldogs still win, which is perfect for everyone. Well, never mind, because the Tigers have dropped the ball on tackle goddamn 1. The Tigers have lost it on tackle 1. And the Bulldogs, with 43 seconds to go, will have the last say in this game. They've captains challenged it, though, the Tigers. They're challenging the call of a knock on. And where was that knocked on? What is Casey Badger thinking? Honestly. I mean, I'm starting to feel sorry for her at this point. I am honestly starting to feel sorry for her at this point. How did she even call that a knock on in the first place? It never even looked like he lost the ball. I'm feeling really bad for her at this point in time. All right, Tigers still have it. 40 seconds to go. Wow, she has been really, really poor. I'm not going to lie. I mean, we can only say so much, can't we? Before Snowflake City falls down on us and people get upset. But she's been really, really awful. Big defense, though, from the Bulldogs. They don't want to leak another try. 18 seconds to go. Tigers down the short side. Fainu. Big leg drive. Tackle 4. 10 seconds left. This is it. 10 seconds. Caesar to Bateman. Galvin puts the grubber kick through. The Bulldogs come down with it. Reed Marnie takes the tackle. And that's the game. And we're all screwed. All of us are screwed. I lose my multi. Smoke and Poppin loses his multi. The Tigers lose the match. $22 points to 14. The Bulldogs victorious. I tipped the Bulldogs as well. My lead at the top of the Wasted World of Sports tipping contest is retained. Well, not that I'm under any threat, to be honest, at the moment. Everyone else needs to pick up their act. DJ Shack says, I'm in no way trying to justify her actions, Casey Badger, but it doesn't matter what she does, whether right or wrong, the Tigers should not have verbally abused her. Well, I think we can all agree with that, DJ Shack. A referee does not deserve verbal abuse, no matter what. That's absolutely correct. We can't argue with that at all. Felix Kembu says, thank you, Bulldogs. Your win gave me $1. Nice. Congratulations. Peter says, I was bang on. I said 22-12. 22-14 is very close. I mean, Peter, fantastic effort, but bang on, you and I have a different definition of what bang on is. Bang on would have been 22-12. As you rightfully say, you were very close. Ahmad Mustafa says Doggies will win the finals. Let's not get carried away. Yeah, let's just control the emotions. Obviously, a hard-fought victory for the Dogs. I tipped them, so I'm very happy. But yes, let's not be getting carried away just yet. I wouldn't be booking grand final tickets, let me put it that way. Moses Phillip, remaining minutes. It's over, mate. It's over. It's done. Bulldogs win. Who have I tipped in the other games? Okay, so far this round, I've gone Panthers, which was a win. I went Manly, which I went Roosters over Broncos. I went Bulldogs in this one. I've gone Storm over the Titans, and I've gone Cowboys over the Dolphins. I've gone Warriors over Knights, and I've gone Sharks over Dragons. Bloody Manly. Goddamn Manly. Not even in the slightest, UFC. Not even in the slightest. They are still bottom 3 bound. I'm willing to admit that it's looking likely. I was wrong about the wooden spoon thing, but remember the Discord chat. I was doing a bold prediction video, so I had to come up with something. They're still bottom 3 bound. Absolutely, they are. How can I say that? There is 4 competition points between last place and the bottom of the 8 at the moment, with like 20 rounds left. Of course, they're still final 3 bound. The James says, don't forget to get Munster anytime try scorer. Oh, 100%. Munster's got a milestone game. Cameron Munster for a double. Oh, what's Cameron Munster? All right, sorry, I got way too excited. What's Cameron Munster paying for a 2+ try scoring effort? Cameron Munster, 2+ try scorer. Try scorer, 2+ try scorer. Where is it, for God's sake? To score 2 or more tries, Cameron Munster. Where are you? $10.50. All right, I'm on it. Yes. Cameron Munster, 2+ try scorer. $10.50. Very nice. 11 from 11 tries against the Titans, says the James. Those are pretty good odds. 22 points to 14 here, though. The Bulldogs over the Tigers. It was a fun game. A very fun game. And I maintain my position at the top of the Wasted Water Sports tipping contest. I'm out by about 4 or 5 points now. I'm just storming ahead. Charging forward. Up there. I'm 640 overall as well. Like overall in the entire NRL competition. 640 out of the number of people that are in it is actually not that bad. I've been in the top 10 before, though, in previous years, so. But anyway, it's a long season. Plenty of time for me to keep moving up the ranks. All right, Wasted Water Sports, half an hour till the next game. So I probably will jump off and, yeah, I'll set up a new stream. I usually just leave it running, but no, I'll hop off and have a break and reset, reload, and we'll be back for Titans versus the Melbourne Storm in about 20 minutes' time. And then after that is the Cowboys and Dolphins, I think. All right. Thank you very much for your company in this one. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. There'll be a new stream set up. Titans Storm coming up next. Cameron Munster, the milestone man. 2+ try scorer. Let's get on it. $10.50 it's paying. Cameron Munster. He loves a good milestone, does Cameron? It's not the only thing he loves. So I hear. I have no evidence of that. All right. See you very soon. 20 minutes time. Cheers.
Wasted world of sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack. Ahoy! He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.